In this picture you can see some fenugreek or methi leaves growing, and they're growing without any soil. And I have made a few videos on how to do that in past, but those who have been following me would know that I've been experimenting with growing methi, and I've made 7-8 videos on this, and my methods have been refining with time, and I'm getting very successful. So in this video clip you can see very healthy methi leaves with long stems and broad leaves and very lush green, and they're growing in very difficult conditions. So this the temperature here at the moment is -4 degrees when the video was made, and it's very cold, and you can see the plants are really thriving and they're ready to be harvested. I'll harvest them today, and I'll convert them into a very tasty dish. And as you can see that they're growing in this 55-liter container, and I put some water in it, and the water is drained out through the hole that I just showed you, and it gets collected into another container. And I use grass clippings from my garden and put the grass clipping into this container, fill it 3/4, and the rest of the 1/4 is filled with coconut coir, and all those containers have similar configuration. And then I add probably 500 red worms. So this is a self fertilizing system, and then the water that I get is also a fertile solution which is used for different plants, and I have not used any purchased fertilizer for a few years. So the same solution that I get is into this container, and I must admit that I had to add a little bit of hydroponic fertilizer in it because this is worm tea, and I was afraid that this might start smelling. So I've used this pump to aerate this, and as you can see there's no soil, and the plants have really performed well in this one. The benefit of growing methi in this way is that there's not a piece of dirt when you harvest it as compared to this one, although I do manage to harvest this methi as well without any piece of soil in it. And these plants that are growing in this bucket as compared to this container here are 6 to 8 days younger than the plants growing in the container. So this way plants grow faster, but the downside is that I have to use a pump, and I have to make sure that I switch it on and off, and that is sort of a bit difficult for me. I'm a very busy person with other things. You can also see a moly plant growing, so I don't know, that seed must have come from somewhere. I have planted some moolies in other containers, so I must have dropped one seed. But anyway, I just wanted to share this self-watering self-fertilizing container, and this is the liquid fertilizer that I get, and I use it for growing methi in a soil-less medium. Both methods have been successful, with the exception that growing without medium is a bit faster, but then I am using a pump to aerate the solution, and that is a bit difficult if you're growing methi on a small scale. So I hope that helps, and I will harvest this methi and I will share it with you. I'll come back in a minute. So here I have harvested methi leaves from both of the containers, the one that was growing in the coconut coir and other grass clipping, and on top is methi from the small container without soil. Thank you very much.